So how to use Asia range and the understanding of overall inducements in combination with now the M15 to read price action literally like a book. Okay, so you always have to understand the story of the price action and how they induce low to go higher, how they induce high to go lower, how they build the liquidity, how they create equal highs in order to take them out and then move away from the inducement every single time. So how can we do that if we just look at the M15, right? So let me get my fancy pen in here, and you already see it like left and right, like if you go more to left even, right? So for example, as always, right, we have Asia range in here, right? Again, building the equal highs, triple tops, head and shoulders, whatever, right? But what does happen first in London, right? They stay inside the range, creating the head and shoulders pattern, right? And then obviously break price low. But what is this? Asia range, inducement low to go what? Higher, taking out the 1, 2, 3, boom. Top in Asia this time. This acts as our medium inducement now. So you want to trade away from that, and also notice how they do it with momentum, getting everyone excited about obviously the breakout high. So we trade away from that. What's overall Asia range though? Inducing low to go what? Higher. Next day, Asia range again, and this is always one full day. From here to here is one full day, right? So that's how you get true master of intraday understanding if you combine it overall with the bigger picture as well, right? So you want to trade away from this medium inducement at this point, but what does Asia range do here? First, inducing high, faking the Koch in here, move higher into the medium inducement. What a surprise, right? So building the buy trend in here, mitigating the medium inducement, boom, trading away from that. Let me delete a few things as it's getting too crowded, right? So now we know, okay, this is mitigated, this is fulfilled. This creates liquidity for the next place because this reaction is already done, right? Guess what they're doing here? Faking Kochs, faking the reversals, right? Creating the continuation, right? They're expecting lower, but what is this for our understanding? Again, the inducement. So what does Asia range do here? First, of course, look at the momentum again. They're creating to the low side away from this inducement, right? But what does Asia range do after getting induced? Taking the liquidity from these points, first building the equal highs once again, faking the reaction for resistance traders, right? But then guess what? Tube the high, new medium inducement, absolutely perfect, right? To then move away from that. Asia range, creating liquidity, getting induced high to the what? Go low. Asia range here. So let's see what they did in here. Let me just delete that. But you see, you can read price action literally like that, right? So if you have price action going sideways like this, what's going on? First inducement low to go what? Higher. Now notice the speed, right? Notice how they do it, how they trick people in. Obviously now first breakout traders low of Asia range, going short. Their stop losses are above high. Look at the equal highs in here also. Breakout traders enter here. The other one's getting stopped out. Now everyone obviously wants to buy that thing, right? So what obviously is going to happen? Reacting also of this demand areas in here or supply in these scenarios, right? So guess what? We expect a reaction away from that and obviously take out what? This points once again to fake what? The Koch, right? So first they're faking the reaction, obviously bring people in long, right? They need a reaction, but then getting smoked, right? So what obviously we're expecting after they're getting smoked in here, we look to the left, obviously look for the next points of liquidity in terms of like this. Same thing, look at the momentum they're creating, all these breaks. Again, everyone now has reversals in their mind, right? Again, Koch, so they're looking for entries here with short, entries here with short, maybe here with shorts. So guess what's going to happen? They're all getting smoked left and right. It all fulfills the story of price action, how you can read it. I mean, wait for the next day. We literally just wait for the next day what Asia does. And you already see, okay, Asia creates huge momentum upside, right? But we wait. We wait for what? We wait for the inducement of London, right? We don't do anything. First, obviously, they're faking the Kochs already, right? But we understand, okay, this is still in Asia. We're not looking for any reversal yet, right? So we wait for what? London bringing in the moves in here. What a surprise. Oh, sorry, Frankfurt is this, right? So London comes in here, right? Of course, we can expect maybe mitigations of the extreme of these points in here. Boom. We understand, okay, look at all the liquidity they're creating, all the trend that is formed. You already have a fake Koch, which gets early sellers already out with these crazy momentum up runs. Again, this candle was solid bullish at this point. Obviously just pulled back. Now it's creating a wick, but guess what? Now they're going for the mitigation. Everyone and their sister is long here, so guess what? You understand already. The Asia range getting induced to the high side with momentum as well in London timings. So guess what? They all will getting stopped. The liquidity will be taken away, and obviously we're all getting stopped out to the low side. And this is obviously exactly what happens. Read price action like a book. What is here again? Same thing. For continuation traders, they see this as the imbalance. They want to react in here, and that's the smart money traps people tap in all the time, right? But guess what? They faking the reaction to make them all excited and then smoke them, right? Again, they always give the false reaction before they take them out, right? So again, same thing now. Now the next external day liquidity is right here. This is all internal day in here, right? So the moment we have something of inducement a little bit to left, again, the same thing, creating the channel to low side, boom. Now same thing, we have already created a purpose. Everyone looking for shorts now. The Kochs are in place here and here, right? So guess what? Market has to pull back. After a big down run, you can expect a correction until the next day, right? Every time is the same thing. So you wait for what? Asia range being formed, and then you wait for what? You wait for the inducement. Inducement high, where should it go to, in which areas? In this case, again, supply areas right in here, away from this inducement, right? So you can mark these supply areas when market taps in London. We even give you the timing window, right? With perfectly the box in here, but it's already tapping in slowly in here already. So this is most likely done in here as it perfectly tapped these supply areas, right? London is right around the corner. So what does London do? Obviously say thank you for Frankfurt building the liquidity in here, so London can take it out easily. Boom. Does it already. Again, same thing. What's the next liquidity target? You'll receive the equal lows in here, right? So you wait, of course, until that gets hit. But guess what they will do in here again? They will fake the reaction. You can always expect that. So price comes here, again, fakes the equal lows, fakes the triple bottom in order to get people in trading the buys in here. What has to happen? They need a reaction, and look, there is the reaction coming in back one more time, giving even another reaction, right? So again, oh my god, that has to hold. No way that this can ever hold. So guess what? They're getting smoked, getting tubed, right? So what's the next mitigation zone? Maybe in here somewhere down there, right? Trading away from that medium inducement in here, right? So expect price to go a little bit lower in these areas, which it does, just wicked inside, right? And then obviously same scenario as before. You expect the next liquidity target getting hit. And again, this is price action January 25th of this year, right? Again, literally a few, or whenever you watch this, but I'm recording this literally in January, a few days earlier. So it's always the same. You saw examples from 2021, you saw examples from 2022, now you see examples from 2023. It's always the same. Learn this basic understanding of the market and you will be free forever. That's literally guarantee. If you understand to read price action like this, how they create liquidity in terms of session timings, most importantly Asia and London, which are the most important sessions to obviously drive the day. And obviously you also can add in the New York intentions. It's the same stuff as well, but the most important being Asia, Frankfurt and London as they drive the day. As you always see it, look, inducement high to go lower, 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 and it's always literally in London. Isn't that weird? Isn't that crazy that it's always the same? So guess what? We wait for the next day until what Asia does. It's the same exact shit all over the place, right? So guess what? Asia already takes out this point. Okay, we don't care. We wait for what? We wait for Frankfurt, London. Oh, and they already induced high. Interesting. Where do they tap in? Look at that. Mitigation to the absolute tick of, again, this point with imbalances in here. But now it makes sense. Not the smart money randomness, but no, it makes sense as we again trading first away from this medium inducement until the next target is getting hit. Target is taken out in Asia. Now you have the inducement of Asia in here, which already was the inducement here, and you have the momentum, Frankfurt timing, and this taps into the mitigation. So guess what you expect? You expect price to what? From here, you have your perfect London scenarios, and this you also already still in Frankfurt, right? But this is the signature lit trade in here. So what do you expect? Same thing as before. What a surprise, right? So guess what? You aim for Asia low minimum, or you look for the next liquidity target, which again could be this week, could be this week, something like in these areas. So guess what? Boom! Choop! What? It's the same shit. It's literally the same shit all over again, right? So guess what? Now you have your first liquidity grab, so you can expect a little pullback, right? But you want medium liquidity, right? And boom, look at this. Medium, or like not yet medium inducement here. Some sort, a little bit, right? But look at the momentum. That was the word I'm looking for with M, right? But guess what? Also another word with M, medium inducement could be already down here. Again, maybe not this. This is a little bit better in terms of the wick, right? This is like very late. This is the last wick before the day ended, right? The next one would be obviously all the way down there, but this is, as you see, price action more like not going to happen. So go for this one instead. Also try to identify these proper pullback entry zones, which could make a significant price point reaction, right? So guess what? Just maybe wait a little bit more. Again, they're faking the equal lows from here, as they always do. They fake the what? Here it is, the fake Koch. But guess what? You're smaller than that already. You wait for the medium inducement. Let these people getting in. They're taking the buys in here, in these areas. So guess what? They're getting smoked, absolutely tubed. Now you have your medium inducement, and now you can trade away from it. It's the same exact scenario, but obviously you should not open a random buy instantly, right? You wait for what? Next target zones with some sort of imbalances. Again, yes, you had this wick in here, so this is more only your demand areas you're expecting to get tapped in, and before you take the reversal, and when it gets tapped in, which it just stayed short of here a little bit, right? But again, it's all about the intention basis they do it. And then obviously you can expect obviously price to move away as there's no proper imbalances, but they move into the supply demand areas in these scenarios they already did after medium inducement, right? And obviously then you expect price to reverse from there on, right? It's the same stuff. And again, even if you wanted to, now you have your relevant break of structure. Again, not your Koch, not your break of structure, your relevant break of structure after a move is fulfilled, after you grab liquidity, after you tapped into a valid supply demand area. But again, most importantly, after you grab liquidity, then you wait for the relevant break of structure, then you find your imbalance zone, then you get your mitigation in here, right? And then guess what? You expect the tube of these equal highs in here. It's the same stuff, and look at this gorgeousness. It's absolutely perfect. Same stuff as always, right? As we now had some sort of inducement in here, expect a pullback, and look at this gorgeous pullback, right? But did you have like medium inducements to the left overall? Again, you only have internal liquidity of the same day, intraday liquidity. You want external liquidity as well, of course, which is up here. So guess what they're doing in here? Giving you the order flow, right? Fulfilling or delivering price, quote unquote, fairly, filling the imbalances in here. So this is already an order flow entry. You can aim for the high sides as well. And what a surprise, look what they do. But now that the day gets very late, so this is best to close out here and wait for what? Wait for Asia range, and look what they're already doing. Building a sideways channel in here, right? And look at this. Look at this, what they're doing. Right above or right below this zone in here. What's around the corner? Frankfurt, London, if they give the medium inducement, absolute Mona Lisa shit. You clap in the hands, thank the gods, take the short, and look at that. Boom, just take it out. What's this? Relevant breaker structure. Wait for what? Into the mitigation. Boom, there's your into the mitigation. Maybe if you go to M5, M1, maybe there's some better entry higher. Maybe in the M15 still, so we don't know yet. So now London comes in, but this looks already good in terms of maybe internal liquidity they're creating in here. So if they take it out in here, get into the mitigation even, okay. Perfect. In London window here as well, you see it with the box, absolute Mona Lisa shit, away from a medium inducement, right? So guess what? Expect the tube. Same thing as always. What's the target? Asia low, next liquidity zone. Where is your next liquidity zone? It's all the way down here, right? It's the same shit. It's the same shit. Again, order flow, not the nicest. The proper order flow would be up here. If they give that entry, again, thank the gods, thank the architects, and just take it, right? Okay. What is going on here? Some news in here, right? Again, taking a little bit of an inducement down here with this wick, so expect a reaction. Look what they're already doing, faking the equal highs in here. So obviously faking the Kochs, and obviously this could prevent, what is the word? Provide, that's the word. Provide you the word with a very nice entry in here as well if they come a little bit higher. And okay, what a surprise. Look at that. Trading away from the medium inducement. Mitigation, fake Kochs in here after they grabbed a little liquidity down there. Order flow, aim for the next medium inducement. What a surprise. Isn't that absolutely insane? Just like that. Isn't that interesting? Okay, so guess what? You wait for the next. You wait for the next day. Again, first of all, what a surprise. Medium inducement gives obviously the pullback in here, right? What a surprise. We wouldn't expect that, is it? Right, but again, you wait for the next day. Asia range. What's going on here? Again, this is not the Asia ranges we look for, as it's just like already like trending down there, so you can't really expect too nice as inducements in here. So this is more like an equal lowy inducement, so I would not really consider this as more like a build-up of liquidity in terms of they faking the 1, 2, 3 bottom in here, so fake reactions will probably get taken out. You're still trading away from this medium inducement overall in here, right? So again, expect price to just snatch out the lows, which it did. What a surprise. And again, what's the proper next medium inducement in this scenario? Again, you have your internal liquidity. Where's my pen? Again, your internal liquidity in here, or intraday liquidity. This is not in the same day. This is medium liquidity, so expect obviously this to be taken, and then expect some sort of reversals from here. Boom. They obviously do it, right? So again, you wait for what? Something like that. Again, if you're not specifically sure with this one in here, as you have like liquidity targets on here, always expect also some fake Kochs, which makes things always much nicer, right? But overall, again, technically, that's what you can expect. Boom. Same thing happened, the tapping down there as well, right? So faking the Koch one more time. Now you can wait for the relevant breaker structures in here, right? Which they in here cannot really give at all, right? And then obviously you wait for the next day as always. You're building these equal lows already, but first you'd want to trade away from this medium inducements in here. But you expect already, okay, there's already liquidity down there. The next liquidity is obviously this Asia high in here, right? It's the same shit all over the place, right? So the only tricky situation so far of this, whatever, the last 10 days of price action would be if you get into this medium inducement too early in here, right? Because you don't expect like price to go lower one more time, but if you understand that they also can fake these costs one more time to just push price lower and then go higher. Other than that, absolutely flawless in here, right? And then of course, next day, what's going on here? Asia range getting induced to what direction? To the low side. Where's your medium inducement in here? Where's your supply demand area? In this case, the demand area all the way in here. We already are in here in these areas, right? Trading away from this medium inducement in here, right? Again, trading the internal day first. If Asia range being induced to a low side into medium liquidity, and maybe go for again the next medium liquidity zone. So you definitely can take the buys in here, right? So let's see, boom, what is our price? Taking out the first target, Asia high. Let's see if they go for the medium one, boom, they do. What do we expect after they grabbed a medium liquidity? Going into the mitigations of the left maybe, right? And then obviously give us the reversal. So getting into the mitigation in here already. Let's see if they give the reversal. They do. Probable drill and break of structures in here. So if they come back and give us the medium inducement mitigation, which they do in here. So here's your short trade. Where do you aim for? The equal lows in here. They fake the moves in here as well. So this is definitely a nice liquidity target. Boom. So that's your target. Let's see if they chup it. And, oh, can they do it in the same day though? Or do they? Okay, even nicer. Even nicer, because now it's a triple bottom. Look what Asia range does and wait for London. Asia gives the fake reaction. Fakes the Koch in here. Again, is this pullback Koch, right? For continuation to the low side, right? So guess what? Boom. Asia takes out the lows already. Perfect. Everyone's getting excited for the shorts in here as breaker traders getting in like crazy. It's still Asia. So what's 10 times nicer if they do in Frankfurt? Faking the Koch. Again, yes, this is your inducement 100%. But what did you learn? Wait for timing inducements as well to not get faked yourself with the fake Kochs, right? So wait for London and Frankfurt to make the proper inducement. Again, this now is an inducement high. It's not a relevant break of structure, even though this is the inducement. Yes, 100%. But guess what? Liquidity comes in now with Frankfurt. They faking the Koch to go lower one more time to take out the pre-early buyers, and then the move is fulfilled. Boom, and that's exactly what it is. Look at how the momentum they're using. First faking the Koch in Frankfurt, buyers getting in premature, they're getting all stopped out in these areas. Now you have your proper inducement with speed and the proper timing with London, as you can see with the box. Absolutely perfect. So guess what you do? You take the buys, aim for the medium liquidity, just like that. Take the buys, aim for liquidity. Here's your re-entry if you really wanted to, and instantly tubes it. That looks like news though, but then target is fulfilled. That brings us to literally where we are right now with current price action. What a freaking surprise. That's just January. Everything is literally exactly the same since we started calling it years and years ago. Get these key learnings in your head and you literally free yourself from all the rest. Read price action like that and you literally have the best foundation you can ever have in your trading.